Spirit 105.3. This is Fieldy from Korn. You gotta listen, keep listening, because this is for you.
So glad to have some time with Fieldy, the bassist for the band Korn, and
Korn with a K, backwards up.
just wanted to take some time to get to know you. And life has changed and been a long and winding road. Tell us some of your story with the band Korn and what it looks like for you today.
It's been about 22 years, so we're still doing it, same old thing. It's just amazing that I can't believe we're still doing this, to tell you the truth. So, it's been a journey. I've known all these guys since 7th grade. We're all 46 years old. There's been, we've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
First, it happened to Head, my guitar player, and he happened to get saved and leave Korn. But it was a different situation because he had a situation with his daughter where he had to be a full-time parent, and he had to make this choice. And at the time, if that happened to me, I might have done the same, but I didn't have those problems.
Right.
So when I did have my encounter with Jesus, everything was fine. It wasn't, I was at my bottom, which I thought was bottom, but I look back now and it wasn't bottom. It's just I didn't have a situation where I had to leave. So
Leave the band?
Yeah, so that's where I was kind of just stayed where I was at. And and I'm slower to decisions anyways. So I'm like, I just kind of waited, and it's a very mind-blowing encounter when it happens. It's undeniable. It's completely so real that it almost will knock you on your back for a year, before you realize, wow, this is really going on. So that, 10 years later, every single day that goes by, it's just undeniable, I've heard friends of mine say before, they're like, it's no big deal to become a Christian. All you gotta do is change everything. So it's like, so it is, that's why I think people are afraid, because they think, well, I'm not ready for that. Well, you're never going to be ready for that. Jesus says, come as you are. He wants to clean you up. That's what people get religion mixed up. And I see you become religious. I'm like, that's where you got it twisted. I'm not religious. I had an encounter with Jesus, and I want a personal relationship. And that's the only difference I find over the years, that people keep confusing. The difference is, I would say for myself, with my encounter with Christ, I'm easier to get along with.
Right.
I can love people better, so my band sees it as a better thing, not as a threatening thing. And I feel like so many people, they can actually accept Christ and push people away by being a little too self-righteous. And
Yeah.
people are like, I don't want nothing to do with that guy. Well, then you're not loving your neighbor as yourself. You're not. You got to love people right where they're at. And I try to do my best doing that. And I'm the type of dude that, being out here, and it tends to be in this type of music, you run into a lot of 666 and devil stuff and this and that I kind of go to those people. And every time I talk to them, it's almost the same story. I'm all talk to them, love on them, and I ask them about it, and they're like, what'd your dad do? He's a pastor. Oh. And it's almost the same story every time, and you get to the root of what's really going on, and then you can put all that aside, and you can start, you can do some work from there. But those people are like, it's almost the same story. So I guess that's where I kind of go into that area. Look us up, and we got some stories that'll put you on your back. Check it out.